Dumb,
Cool,
and weird.
podcast. It's one of those things. I just know my biggest fear, and it's a really irrational fear, is I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's something that's a prospect that really scares the hell out of me because I like being around people quite often, and I've never really lived alone. I mean, this is the first time I've ever lived alone. I mean, luckily I'm always over at someone's house. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, it's just really weird when I am here by myself. It kind of like gets under my skin a little bit.
No, I actually get that because I remember how like comforting it was to have like one of my best friends as one of my roommates
Yeah.
when my wife was gone and stuff. So I had somebody to hang out with because after a while it started being like, okay, this is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, after the first year of like being in the Marine Corps and everything, it's like, I kind of want to hang out with my buddies outside of work, just so it's like more of an unregulated sort of like us fucking around and just having fun.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it was nice to have somebody to like actually talk to during the day that wasn't on the phone. It was cool because being isolated is one of my fears, and I don't know why, but I think it's just because it's like at that point it feels like you've been shunned by a majority of society.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, for me, growing up, they always talk about toxic masculinity. And I think one of the most toxic things that men do to each other, and this is mainly what fathers do to their sons, is they tell you to keep your emotions like all bottled up inside, which is not really good for you. It can be good in certain situations, but it's not good to do all the time like you were taught as a kid. And one of my problems is I kind of do that a lot. I kind of keep my emotions like really bottled up inside. I have a hard time forming relationships with people. I'm very picky when it comes to who I like. Like I'll, in the past I would go date a lot of women, but I didn't necessarily like most of them, which is really shitty because some of them probably really liked me. But I don't know. I would just never could like get into some of them, and I'd always end up picking somebody that, for me, I really liked as a person, but they may necessarily not have been like a good choice for me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's kind of scary for me. Is I'm always worried I'm going to make the wrong choice. I want to make the right choice, not the wrong choice. But I've made a lot of wrong choices in the past, and I got to be honest. I think I've only ever loved two people. In my life. The first girl I was ever with, I really loved her, and then the current person that I'm seeing, I love her a lot.
Yeah.
So it's really it's difficult. It's really, really, really difficult. And I'm just afraid. I'm afraid that for the rest of my life, all I'm going to keep doing is just messing around with women and just never actually finding somebody. I mean, I hope the person I'm doing things with now will be sort of a long-term thing. But,
Yeah.
You never, life throws you curveballs sometimes, so you never really know. But if that doesn't work out, then, I'm scared it's just going to be a cycle that's going to keep going on. And the thing is, I want to go to therapy. And that's one thing I want to talk about with men is I think more men should go to therapy. If you want to check out more of our stuff, go to www.dumbcoolweird.com. You'll find our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Patreon link if you want to support us. Also, be sure to check out our merch store. And if you're interested in being on our podcast, you can find a link on our website so you can reach out to us and tell us if you want to talk to us about something that's really weird, dumb, or cool. We'd be glad to hear from you. Hope you will stay tuned for the next weird ass episodes we got. Thank you.